Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawlstone Soup. Well, it has been quite a while, hasn't it? I haven't uploaded a video, I think, in a couple months, and 0.14 has been released. I have not had a chance to play with it very much, but there has been a considerable amount of changes. So let's try it out. I think my current characters, I think I'm running an orc and a conjurer. I will just transfer over to the new version here, which might be suicide, but we'll see how it goes. As far as this run goes, I just want to take a look at it and experiment with a little bit. I have not played this very much at all. I understand the bottom of the layer is completely changed and the bottom of the dungeon is completely changed. I'm not sure what else has changed. I haven't really read the changelog. I've been too busy to play mini games at all in the last couple months. There's also a couple of new characters, the Vine Stalker and the Formicid here. I haven't tried them. I think we're just going to do a quick run today, something of a challenge run, and see how it goes. I'm almost tempted to do a completely random character here, but I like to stick to something magical, and that's what I'm best at. So we'll try something different. We'll go for a Necromancer, I think, today, and I think we'll choose a Deep Elf. I have been playing Necromancers a little bit more recently. They're pretty fun. It's usually wise to get some sort of weapon skill with Necromancers as well. So I think I'll be going for daggers and getting my stealth up a little bit if I live that long. As for now, we're turning everything off. Apart from spellcasting and necromancy, I might actually want to just focus necromancy for a while. For my spells, I will memorize Animate Skeleton immediately. And next I think I'll go for Vampiric Draining. All these spells only require necromancy skill, whereas these also require some charms. But as a Deep Elf I have great skill in charms, so it shouldn't be too hard to get that up. We will be relying on the Pain spell, which is a really great spell, does a lot of damage to living creatures. The problem is it also damages you. Let's try this helmet off. +0 helmet, good enough. And we found a rune dagger, so let's pick that up and see what we have. Dagger of protection, excellent. Couple of jackals coming after us. Luckily that one didn't see us. That is the big danger on the first level of the dungeon, getting surrounded by a jackal pack. The next spell I'm going to memorize is definitely Vampiric Draining. It works very well in conjunction with Pain, since Pain damages you, and when you get in melee range you can Vampiric Drain and regain your health back. As for gods, I suppose I'll go for Kiku. There we go, level 3. We'll get our strength up and memorize Vampiric Draining. This is probably going to be a short run. I'm not very good at Necromancers. However, I've found that more or less this spell set is pretty good up till the lair. Lethal Infusion, well, it's a good spell, but I'm not going to be training weapons until at least the lair. Regeneration is always useful. I might pick that up. Animate Dead is a more powerful version of Animate Skeleton, which is always good to have. And Control Undead might come in useful because I have absolutely no way of dealing with undead at the moment. And there's always a chance of running into an undead level in the first few levels of the dungeon. Actually, I do have a way of dealing with undead, and that is my summons, or my animations, whatever you want to call them. But these skeletons are fairly weak, and they're just really bone shields for now. Pain is my big damage dealer. Alright, here's the first check. A bunch of gnolls. I'm going to just hide, draw the gnolls off. Hopefully they will come after me. I don't see them. Oh, it looks like somebody took care of one of them. Or a rat, at least. When your enemies are surrounded like that, they get a little confused. They're not sure who to attack. And that's really one of the boons of having a bunch of summons around. As for now, you can see that Pain is doing a great job in damaging enemies. I think I'll just move back here. There we go. Kiku used to give books in order. He doesn't anymore. He gives you sort of random necromancy spells, which makes it a little more difficult because you don't know, you don't necessarily get a good book on your first drop, which comes relatively early. So getting an early spell book is good. Of course, being a deep elf, there's nothing that really, I don't really need to be limited to necromancy. So I might branch out into some conjurations. But it all depends on the spellbooks we find. We can check up these staircases. I'm not sure what they've done in dungeon generation in this version, but there might be some hidden areas up there. And I'm really out of practice at this game. I really haven't played in the last couple months, 3 months, I'm not even sure how long it's been. Time is really flying these days. Okay, we have an orc pack here. We'll just let them get close to us. I think I'll pass a couple turns. And let's drain him. Ooh, let's drain him again. And we'll let those two fight it out. Looks like the Jackal's doing some pretty good work there, and we'll step in and drain him. Then we'll animate the orcs. I think I can probably memorize another spell, and I think I'll go for Control Undead at the moment. And might as well get regeneration. Necromancy's getting up there. Let's turn on Charms. That should raise very rapidly. One of the good things about being a Necromancer is you always have chunks on hand. There we go. I don't think I can raise him, no. Doesn't have a skeleton. Okay, well, I would be worried about this, but we have a lot of summons. So we'll just lure them out into the open, let our summons hack away at them a little bit. Egypt should take care of them pretty easily. They're only skeletons. And now I'm going to step in and start draining. Draining does some good damage, but I want to get the kill for myself rather than my summons. And now I'm going to start hitting him with the dagger, and yes, luckily I got the experience for that. And we can raise Egypt and carry on. Now we have a more powerful skeleton. Generally I'm in favor of most of the changes they've made to the game in the new version. As I mentioned before, I'm not familiar with all of them, but new branch endings are always good, and it keeps the game fresh. However, it does tend to keep my skill level from rising, unfortunately, because there's something to learn in each new version. But of course, crawl skills... Oh, it's cursed. Cursed plus 0 row, but that's alright. I've also noticed, and I didn't read anything in the changelog about this, is they've got rid of branded, well not branded, but racial weapons and armor. Or so it would appear. I haven't been to the Elven Halls yet to check that out, but I should actually check. I fought some orcs already, so let's do a search for armor. Yep, no racial weapon, no racial armor. I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of liked the racial armor and weapons. I can see how it was getting a little silly since there was only one dwarf to choose from, and there was a whole bunch of dwarven weapons lying about. Short sword of venom. I'll swap between the two of these, but I'm going to leave the dagger protection on for now. Let's raise this guy, and off we go. I think protection is going to be more useful to me at the moment. And I think we can memorize another spell. That's going to be animate dead. Lethal infusion is useful. I'll get it. What the heck? I can't use it because I have branded weapons, but it might come in handy at some point. And I'm bound to read a scroll of amnesia at some point, so if I found I haven't made use of it, I can always get rid of it. However, I am a deep elf, and that means that I have lots of spell casting ability, so I'll be able to get quite a bit in the way of spell levels. Let's back up a little bit. Watch out for that eye. So as you can see, I'm basically getting by at the moment with, let's raise strength here, with animate skeleton and pain. That's going to change as soon as something like this comes along. Let's get our summons to attack the imp, and we'll go after Natasha, who's quite weak. There we go. And we can raise her, but she's not dead yet. Natasha has several lives, so she'll be wandering around the dungeon somewhere. An orc pack. Well, we don't have many options here. I'm standing in range of that trident, but luckily my dagger protection helped me out there. Let's raise all these guys. Unfortunately, there was only one of them, and carry on. More undead, I'll just dagger them down. More orcs. I'm just going to use pain until I'm sufficiently damaged, and then switch to vampiric draining. And maybe we'll let our summons take... Nope. We'll take them out ourselves. Let's drop some of these rotten chunks. We have no use for them. And we have no use for this many chunks at all, but they're well within my carrying capacity at the moment, so we won't bother dropping them. Okay. I think we'll just pain them down, let them get in range, and start draining them. Aha. Wow. That draining didn't work out too well. What's our charms at? We'll let it get up to 4, and then I think we'll focus more on necromancy. Vampiric draining is only at about half power, so that can get a lot more useful. Might be time to test out some of these rings I've picked up. But I wouldn't mind waiting for the temple, and here it is. Oh, and it's a corrupted temple. Luckily, Kiku is represented in the corrupted temple, so that makes the choice fairly easy. Sif is there too, but we'll go for Kiku. Now, while we're in a safe spot, we'll try on our stuff. Magical power is useful, but a -2 ring of dexterity is not. So it's time to turn to our scrolls. Do I want to forget lethal infusion? I think I do for now. I can always rememorize it, and I don't want to waste the scroll, so There goes lethal infusion. Enchant armor. Well, we can enchant the curse off here. And we might as well drop the other robe. Immolation. Immolation works a little differently now. It's hexes everybody around you with that fire spell, so when they die they blow up, which can be extremely dangerous if you read it at the wrong time. Scroll of Noise, Random Uselessness, Enchant Weapon 1, let's enchant our Dagger of Protection, Scroll of Fog, Teleportation, Remove Curse, Enchant Weapon 2, might as well enchant the Dagger of Protection since we're using that, and I imagine this is Identify. It is. And let's start identifying our potions. I am hoping for a Beneficial Mutation Potion. The chances of getting one at this early point in the game are pretty limited. But you never know. Might even find a Potion of Experience. Those seem to be incredibly rare. I haven't found one. This is a new potion, a Potion of Lignification here. It turns you into a tree. I suppose it helps with your armor class, but you are unable to move as a tree, so I don't see much use for it. I'll keep it anyway. And Degeneration I certainly will not keep. So let's continue on here. We are on level 5 of the dungeon. So that was an average average depth for the temple there. Oh, don't want to step in there. Alright, this is going to kill all my skeletons, so I'm going to step back and basically just run away and try to gather my skeletons here. Yep, that didn't work out too well. But I can make new skeletons. I'll just fight them as they come out of the hallway there. He has a halberd. There we go. I'm going to drain him. There we go. Excellent. That worked out rather well. And Kiku should be giving me a book fairly soon. I'm just going to run into range and start draining him. Hopefully counter his smiting. Looks like a dog kennel here, and here's Grinder. Let's run. We'll let Grinder get out in the open, and we'll send our minions after him. I don't have many options with Grinder. I can't drain him. There we go, and I actually got him with a dagger. And that's pretty much a Potion of Experience right there. Spellcasting's up to 7, Charms up to 5, which is more than I wanted, and Necromancy up to 8. Let's turn Charms off for now. And we better put some points into dodging. We can also memorize Animate Dead. Get some more powerful skeletons or more powerful minions when the situation calls for it. Oh, there's a corpse. Human corpse, good enough. And let's carry on. Nice hound to eat. And that's the level. Down we go. Oh, I noticed that for some odd reason I gained about 40 new subscribers during my hiatus, and I'm not sure why that is since I wasn't making videos, but thank you for subscribing. I don't do this professionally, or It's just a hobby of mine, so occasionally my uploads are a little sporadic, but welcome to the channel. I know there's a way to find out who subscribed, because when I subscribe to other people, often people will send me a message thanking me for my subscription. I'd like to do that too, but I have no idea to find out who has subscribed to you. The frog died and was instantly raised by the imp there. I'm almost tempted to turn off spellcasting and get my dodging up. Survivability is very important at this point. And we got our first gift. Let's pick that up. That orc warrior went down fairly easily. It's quite nice. He was wearing plate armor. He would have been hard to take down with magic dart. Okay. Looks like a fairly crappy book, but it has given us sublimation of blood, which is an important spell for an aspiring necromancer to have. It allows me to use my chunks to gain back mana. Unfortunately, it's a little annoying. You have to wield the chunks. Oh! Interesting. Let's see what's going on here. I see one of my chunks is assigned to A, so it automatically equipped itself when I pressed the apostrophe key. We don't need to cast that spell, so we'll just equip our dagger again. Dodging's up to level 4, and we are more intelligent. And I am wearing a ring of magical power. Okay. That's a pretty handy thing to have. Trouble here. Might be time to test out these wands. A wand of confusion. Let's try the other one. Wand of enslavement. That's another new feature of Crawl. Things are identified on using them, which I suppose is a good thing. I don't really care one way or another. And he's not getting confused. What can I do here? One more try? No, it's not working. Luckily he's walking towards us. We're going to have to close the distance and start draining. That was fairly close. Okay, our necromancy's up to 9. It's getting nice and powerful. Pain and draining are looking good. I should not be standing here. I'm going to step back. Wow, that took a lot of draining. I'm going to switch to pain, which does a lot more damage apparently. Eyeball's no problem as long as he's alone. Let's just check our power on vampiric draining. It's still half. So I imagine that spell is pretty viable up until even late game. As long as we can get the power up, that'll do more damage and restore more health. And here we have undead. Let's try and control him. Oh, it worked. And let them fight it out. We'll get them all to attack the closest one. And he's still coming after me. How to step around him like this. And, oops, one of them. I've lost control of one of the undead. I'll cast it again, and now they're all mine. That's fine for now. I'd kind of like them to fight each other. Here we go. We can use our undead. Hopefully they'll get killed. Come on, kill the undead, please. And now we can let these two fight it out. If I step away, He's still chasing me, but that's okay. Alright, now there's only one to deal with, and he's almost dead. Okay, that's not good. We'll get an ogre corpse up, and the ogre dealt with him. Not before we got drained, though. It's probably minor draining, so yeah, I think it only took 0.1 experience off. Unfortunately, this draining does last a long time. I'm going to stand in here until I get sufficiently damaged. Ah, there we go. Didn't need to rely on my ogre there, but I was ready to if I had to. There's an alkaloid plant. We're going to be avoiding that. Usually with those fat ass altars, there's an alkaloid plant around, and he's not usually guarding anything of significance. Let's just take a peek, actually. Yeah, a couple pieces of fruit. There might be something else back there, but it's not worth fighting an alkaloid plant at this point for. And I should probably remember I have animate dead now as well. That might come in handy. Ooh. I can drain him. I'm gonna step away a little bit. He's still alive. Now I'll pain him, and he's dead, and my draining has finally finished. So I'm back up to full strength. No way to deal with him, unfortunately. I'll try confusing him and stabbing him. Yeah, there's no way to deal with him. What happened to my ogre skeleton? My ogre skeleton could probably deal with him. Oh, I went down a level, didn't I? Okay. So it's at this point where I'm probably going to start considering getting short blades up so I can actually fight if I need to. I seem to recall that deep elves used to have a positive aptitude to short blades. I'm not quite sure when they got rid of that. Oh, the slime. Jelly. Alright, shouldn't be a problem. We'll just wait on the staircase here. We've been smitten. Let's climb up. We are near starving too, and that's not good. Let's see if that jelly did any damage to our armor. No, we're okay. Good. Now we can start draining, animate him, and eat him. Actually, at this point, I'm just going to eat a meat ration. See if we can drag the priest up. Oh, we can just kill the priest. Good. Pain is really a great spell. It does a lot of damage. Drain, drain. Run away and get that ice beast. I don't think pain was going to work on the ice beast. Or will it? Yes, it does. Something was damaging him. And I was casting pain, so it must have been that. Okay, let's rest up. And off we go. Now, I wanted this to be a short run, but I seem to be doing fairly well. I was kind of hoping I would die in one video. Get our strength up and continue to pain them. I just wanted a light reintroduction to crawl after my absence. And we've gone nearly 30 minutes already, so I think I'm going to find the entrance to the lair, and we'll continue this next time. Of course, that might be quite a while until I find that. And I will be continuing my other characters, Nashburger, I think, and Nordlebort. As for Nordlebort, the conjurers have changed a little bit. I have no options. I can confuse him. That worked. But I've got nothing to damage him with. Let's try another staircase. I think, as I kind of recommended, that Battlesphere has now changed to a... oh, it's Negatron. I can't do anything against Negatron. I have to go up. Battlesphere has turned to a level 5 spell, which makes it a lot less spammable, especially in the early game. I think it's a good move. Being overly spammable made the Conjurer fairly easy, and now with it being level 5, it's spammable when you get high enough level, but it doesn't provide that easy buffer you have in beginning and early mid-game, where you can just cast Battlesphere and use Magic Dart for all your killing needs. Pain, pain, pain. We'll drain him. There we go. So I applaud that move. That's pretty good. And I found when I have played a couple Conjurers on the new version, sort of half-heartedly. I didn't get very far. There's Negatron again. What is Negatron? He is a Minotaur Abysmal Knights of Lugonu. Okay. Yeah, he's not somebody I really want to mess with right now. We might have to dive another level. Unless the lair is here. I'll just grab this potion and see if we can get away. This is not good. I'm wandering into the unknown here, and I've got a whole bunch of guys after me. Up we go. Luckily both these guys are living and I'll be able to take them out. Can we lure somebody else up here? Yes, we can. Yeah. Let's choose another stairway, and hopefully we can avoid Negatron. There's no way I can fight him. Experienced M-I-A-K. What does that mean? Level annotation. Negatron's Ghost. Experience M-I-A-K. I don't know. And I'm not too worried about it because I'm not going to fight Negatron anyway. Actually, maybe I will. And this is how I'm going to do it. Cast Animate Dead. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Animate Dead. We'll let these guys take out the Hungry Ghost. This is getting a little dangerous. There we go. Did that animate all the dead here? Yes, I guess it did. I was expecting a bit more in the way of dead allies there. Oh, 2 trolls, not good. Well, we'll pain him as much as we can, and then we'll drain him. No, that's not working. Run, run, run. Okay. Very nice. The Wand of Confusion actually came in handy there. I'm going to butcher him, get the troll hide, and I see that the graphics have changed for the troll hides. Very nice. We'll drop these 7 chunks of troll flesh. That's a little excessive as far as troll flesh is concerned. And we'll fight him with our dagger. There we go. Since our short blades are almost at 5, it looks like we can actually do some damage with our weapon. Okay, let's back off from the troll. Paint him a couple times. No, let's just confuse him if we can. Get him in range. Confuse him again. Okay. Drain him. Lucky I've got tons of mana here. And there we go. Short blades up to 5, and we have a friendly troll skeleton now, which will come in very handy if we run into Negatron again. And we have our second god gift, Stolen Souls. Let's see what is contained within this volume. Animate Dead, Excruciating Wounds, Bolt of Draining, Dispel Undead, and Simulacrum. We do not have the spellcasting to memorize anything else, but I can see some spells in there I wouldn't mind checking out. I've used Dispel Undead, I think I've used Excruciating Wounds, and that's a pretty good spell. Bolt of Draining I've never used, apart from the wand form. Let's just check Excruciating Wounds. Oh, it turns my weapon into a pain weapon. That actually might be useful. So I've never really understood the Necromancer late game, because we're great against living creatures, but I'm not quite sure how we take on dead ones, like this guy. He's just going to eat through all my allies there. There we go. What is he, a hill giant? I don't know what to do. I can animate this guy. Oh, it's a rat. It's not going to help. Oh, luckily. Very luckily. He was damaged enough to go down with a couple of dagger shots. We have a couple more scrolls of identify, so let's identify the potions we have here. Haste, Scroll of Fear, and Beneficial Mutation. Let's quaff that immediately. You feel nature experimenting on you. Don't worry, failures die fast. You evolve. I imagine that means I gain further beneficial mutations, which I think might be one of the best beneficial mutation potions to find, if I'm correct. I have no idea what it actually does. Down we go. No sign of Negatron up there. Looks like we avoided him. And we're getting hit by something invisible. Bad. Read. Fog. Oh. And I died. I probably should have quaffed a potion of healing before that, but there was the invisible horror. And I've found around in this new version, dungeon level 8 even, I've seen ugly things and pretty nasty stuff. This is fairly early for an invisible horror, but not really. And he got me. I probably could have avoided that. Yeah, so that's it for Crawl 0.14. I hope to upload videos more often. This worked out rather well, as I didn't want to start a new series with my other two characters going, so it was just a quick poke at this version of Crawl. And I hope to see you soon. Don't expect too many uploads, but I hope to be a lot more consistent than I have been lately. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.